Hi guys, it's Jonathan from Smart Home Sounds, a home audio retailer, and we make content like this so you're able to make a more informed purchase decision on your next audio purchase. And we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee so you can get your money back if it's not right for you. Today I've got the all-new Marshall Emberton in my hands, and this is probably the most portable speaker on our website. I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about it, putting it to the test by dropping it in water, and doing a sound test, and answering the question, as always, is it worth the £129 price tag? So let's get into the video. Now, the name Marshall may be familiar to you as their amplifiers and loudspeakers have commonly been used in live performances on stage from the world's most renowned musicians, and they've been around since the 1960s. More recently, they've moved into the wireless speaker category and consequently into the portable speaker category with their Stockwell 2, Kilburn 2 and Tufton models. While these speakers can be used outside even when it's raining, the Emberton is their most portable Bluetooth speaker with the highest weatherproof rating of them all, at IPX7, and also their smallest and lightest, weighing in at only 0.7 kilograms. Right out of the box, the Emberton will fit in the palm of your hand as it's only 16 centimeters in width, so it'll fit into a rucksack or suitcase, no problems at all, and I'd probably say it's about the same weight as a bottle of water, let's say. So let's take a closer look at it. It retains the same vintage and retro look and feel from Marshall, with the prominent Marshall logo on the front and this solid metal grille that features both on the front and the back, as the speaker uses a unique form of multi-directional sound, which Marshall are calling true stereophonic, so your audio can be heard from 360 degrees. I'll come back to this a bit later on. On the top, you've got a slightly updated layout, so you've got the Bluetooth button on the top and the very handy battery life indicator here. What's new is this brass effect control knob, which can do a variety of things such as turning the speaker on and off, skipping tracks, playing or pausing and changing the volume. It's got a really nice quality feel to it as well. The build quality on the rest of the speaker is definitely a step up from many other portable speakers, albeit at a slightly more premium price point. In the other Marshall portable speakers, you can't play, pause or skip tracks on the speaker itself. However, with the Emberton, you don't get the bass and treble controls that you get on the larger portable and home speaker models from Marshall. We can forgive Marshall for this, as we agree the ability to control music quickly, such as resuming or pausing music, is more important than bass or treble customizers, particularly in a portable speaker. On the side, you've got the USB-C input for charging the battery, which is the most up-to-date method of charging. Now, speaking of battery, you get an impressive 20-hour battery life on this speaker, which is up there with the best battery life we've seen on a portable speaker. It also boasts a quick charge feature, so you can charge it for 20 minutes, and this will give you 5 hours of battery life, or a 3-hour charge will give it full battery. Now, we've been using this Emberton over the last couple of days in the office, and it's comfortably hit that 20-hour battery life when playing music at medium levels. Playing it at lower volumes also sustains the battery life for even longer. Now, in terms of control, the Emberton supports the highest standard of Bluetooth currently available, which is 5.0, and it gives a good range of around 30 feet or 10 meters. Marshall also let you pair up to 2 devices at a time, which they call multi-host functionality, so you and a friend can control the speaker from your devices at any one time, which could be a good or a bad thing depending on whether your music tastes are the same. Bluetooth is the only method of controlling the speaker, which is very simple to use, but some people might have liked a 3.5mm jack like on their other portable speakers such as the Stockwell 2. Now, as this is a fully portable speaker, it comes with a high weatherproof rating at IPX7, which means it can be submerged in water levels up to 1 meter deep for up to 30 minutes. So if you drop it in the pool, it won't be affected, but you've got 30 minutes to rescue it. It can be rained on, or you can have a drink spilt on it and your music won't stop. We wanted to put this to the test ourselves, so let's do this now. So now for the waterproof test. As you can see, we've got a tub of water here. It's not quite a meter deep, but we're just going to leave this submersed in the water for about half an hour whilst it's still powered on and playing music, and see if it's able to still play once we come back to it. So the timer's gone off. I'm going to take it out now. Give it a little dry. It's still playing. and it's still playing absolutely fine, so it's definitely passed our waterproof test. I would say that this does feel nice and durable, and it would be a good speaker for on the go, taking on holiday, pool or garden parties, or bringing music to a barbecue, for example. So the most important question of them all, how does the Emberton sound? I'll play a couple of tracks for you now so you can get an idea of sound quality. We've got it indoors as it's easier to record the audio, otherwise we would have filmed it outside. So I've got a recorder in my hands now so we can test the audio quality. We're going to be using tracks from Soundry, so let's see what you think. So from that sound test, I'd say that it retains the same warm and vibrant signature sound that Marshall are known and loved for, and it gives out a sound well beyond its small size, as it is a stereo speaker on its own. It's got surprisingly punchy bass, but this is not the standout characteristic, and this is more comparable with its competitors in this department. The mids and the highs shine, and where we think it excels is at full volume because it doesn't actually distort, which means you can listen to it loud from a small form factor. The vocals are clear and every lyric can be heard with ease. Its multi-directional sound feature is also a great selling point of this speaker, and in our testing it could be heard from most angles almost as clearly as listening from the front, which is ideal in outdoor spaces when a group of people might be surrounding it. Although, as it doesn't have speakers on the sides here, I'm not sure I'd call it a full 360-degree sound. It does sound good though from all angles, and it will fill a space, but I do still think it sounds noticeably better from the front than it does if you're sat to the side of it. We know one of your main questions is going to be, is your £129 being well spent on this speaker? We've got some of the main competitors to do a comparison for you. So this obviously isn't an extensive list, we've just picked a couple of our favourites. I'll also just add that a few of these aren't the most up-to-date versions, but we've made the best of what we have in the office, and most models are very similar sound-wise. So we're going to cover the main differences in price, waterproof rating, battery life and sound performance. Now we know there is a lot of choice when it comes to portable speakers, and for us, Ultimate Ears are the benchmark in this market. So here we've got the UE Boom 2, but there is a newer version available, the Boom 3, which offers an updated design, better features, and it's slightly louder compared with this Boom 2. The Boom 3 offers 15 hours of battery, and it has an RRP of £129. So we have the Wonder Boom, but the Wonder Boom 2 offers slightly better performance, a 13-hour battery life, and an RRP of £89.99. Here we've got a competitor from Marshall themselves, the Stockwell 2, which offers the same battery life as the Emberton 20 hours, but it has a higher price tag with an RRP of £219. This is the Bose SoundLink Mini 2, which offers a battery life of up to 12 hours and an RRP of £169.95. We have the JBL Flip 4, which has since been replaced by the JBL Flip 5, which is a slightly bigger speaker and it offers a slightly louder sound and better bass. The Flip 5 also offers a 12-hour battery life and an RRP of £119. Finally, we have the Emberton with a 20-hour battery life and an RRP of £129. So now I've rearranged these in price order. So the Wonder Boom is the most affordable at £59.99, while the Stockwell 2 sits at a higher price point of £219, and the Emberton sits pretty much in the middle next to the Boom 3 and the JBL Flip 5. Of course, we've just gone off the retail price, and you may be able to find better deals for these. Now, we did a proper sound test with all of these speakers, both in the office and outside. It's very difficult to do a sound test comparison in a video, and I'm also not going to be telling you one speaker to choose, as that's going to come down to personal preference, but I'll share our thoughts on all of these speakers. I'll start with the UE Wonder Boom here, which is the smallest and the cheapest speaker in this lineup, and this offered brilliant sound, and it's surprisingly loud for its size. It does offer a really good 360-degree sound, and I'd say you get a lot of sound for your money. The Bose SoundLink Mini 2 was probably the most disappointing for me. It does offer a clear sound performance and the mids and the highs were decent, but the bass was lacking and it didn't perform as well at higher volumes. The Stockwell 2 offers a very similar performance to the Emberton, and there wasn't much in it when we did a sound test. So I'm not really sure whether it's worth the additional cost for the Stockwell 2 in terms of sound performance, unless you prefer this style and design and want the ability to adjust the bass and treble, or you need a 3.5mm jack. So that leaves us with these three here, the JBL Flip 4, the Ultimate Ears Boom 2 and the Emberton. So as I said, there are more recent renditions of the JBL and the UE which might offer slightly improved sound performance, so that is something to bear in mind. The Boom was impressively loud, although it did start to distort at higher volumes, so I would be interested to see if that's been improved in the Boom 3 at all. The JBL Flip 4 was really impressive and perhaps slightly louder than the Marshall, although for me I preferred the listening experience with the Emberton, which offers a cleaner and more well-rounded sound, which is likely down to its dedicated stereo soundstage. I'll also say that the Emberton did sound better when stood behind these speakers, as it offers that 360-degree sound, whereas the JBL pushes the sound more from the front here. For me, I think I'd narrow it down to these three here, or opt for the Wonderboom if I had a smaller budget. It is a tough call to make, and I don't think you'd be disappointed with any of these speakers. As I said, I do think choosing between these comes down to personal preference. You need to weigh up your budget, what you want from battery life, any additional features you want, such as the design, how waterproof and rugged you want your speaker to be, USB-C charging, etc. And the sound is, of course, going to be very subjective. So let's come back to the Emberton and discuss its strengths and weaknesses. So strengths first, it's a fully portable speaker with a high weatherproof rating, so you don't need to worry about it getting wet or dropping it. It's got a very impressive battery life and recharge time, and it does offer a sound quality far beyond its little size. The weaknesses are that Bluetooth is the only method of control. There's no line in and there's no bass and treble customization. Personally, I would have also loved to have seen some sort of strap that would allow it to be attached to a rucksack so it can be listened to on the go as well. Finally, a question we always cover in our speaker reviews: is it worth its £129 price tag? We do understand there are hundreds of portable speakers on the market with some great products. We love the Ultimate Ears products, so why would you pay the premium for the Marshall products? If the following characteristics are important to you, it's worth taking a look at the Marshall. The Marshall has got a longer battery life, the latest USB-C charging and superior build quality. Marshall's appearance is distinctive, and if you're into the vintage style, you're not going to get bored of it anytime soon. So if any of this appeals to you, it's worth considering the Marshall Emberton. If not, then we'd recommend checking out Ultimate Ears range of speakers or even the JBL. So that's the end of the review, guys. So if you think a Marshall Emberton is going to be right for you, check out our store, as we have recently listed this item on our website, and we do offer free delivery and a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're into your music and enjoyed this video, please give me a like, as that really helps us out, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more from us. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.